It had to be for the local woman, the native. It's Katie Mcnally, and her opponent in the second round could scarcely be tougher. It's the Tunisian already, the Tunisian flags waving in the crowd here. The ever-likeable on Jabeur. It should be quite a match, this one. Katie Mcnally has not always shined here, far from it. Finally getting just somehow a win in the first round at last after years of trying in the big event in her home city, Cincinnati, just outside the big metropolis. To the north in Mason, Ohio, to be exact. The weather is glorious again today, and all is set fair. And alongside me again for the opening match here, and then we're going to be watching number one seed a little bit later as well, is Slovenia's Tina Kričan. Hello again, Tina, and another glorious day.
Yeah, another glorious day, and so good to see on Jabeur here in Cincinnati. It's going to be a good match. I mean, Mcnally, you know, as a local, she'll have a lot of friends here, a lot of support, so we'll hear some cheering, which is nice. And Jabeur, ever exciting player,
hello,
one of the most
morning.
exciting players on
So
tour.
ladies, we have the one-for-one procedures, shot clock on the court. Which one you want to pick for the towels? Black or blue? Black? Blue, please. Do you have any question at all, ladies? No? Beautiful. WTA or power? WTA. Receive. Have a good match, ladies.
Brazilian official in the chair. We'll meet you again later, but let's concentrate on the match in hand then, and Katie Mcnally taking on the number 5 seed. Such an amazing clay court season and grass season as well on Jabeur. Maybe just gone off the boil a little bit. What do you think about that team?
Well, she's got to that final at Wimbledon. It was May quarterfinal in San Jose, which is quite good, but at the National Bank Open in Toronto, she was complaining about abdominal injury, which we hope is not too bad.
Yeah, we don't think it's going to hamper her this week. She's been warming up and prepping okay for this one, but it was disappointing to see her retire in the first round of that one. So just one win in the North American swing so far for her. Now, what about Katie Mcnally? Been around a while, but still only 20, and had a really bad last season. Slipped right down out of the top 200 actually recently. And still, as you can see, at 179, way below her best, which was just below 100. A win here today, she could really shoot up the rankings. Was there too much pressure, do you think, in those first few times when she was coming here and wildcards and kept being defeated in the first round?
Well, it's a big tournament, so it's difficult to win a round in the first place. If you get a wildcard, especially if you're not up to that level yet. But she's managed to do it this time, and yes, it's a bit of a pressure to play in front of a home crowd, but you get used to it after a while, and you embrace it. She did 5 at this tournament, starting number 2, 3 titles. She played really well this year. Can win on any surface. Yeah, as I said before, very exciting player. Can hit funky shots, slices. The way she practices is quite interesting. I watched her in Wimbledon a little bit. When she was returning, she was only doing forehand slices. She was just playing with the ball, basically. She loves to play with the ball. She's very creative.
She's one of the most gifted tennis players, isn't she? I mean, let's be honest, still in Africa it is a developing sport in Tunisia, and she did move away from Tunisia to improve her career, but there's just not the ingrained facilities that there is in Spain, in Italy, even in the UK, and certainly in parts of the US. So it's always going to be more of a struggle at the moment for any African to come through. And credit to her, but not just that, for doing so well since getting onto the tour. Can be setting your targets, can't it? And she's always listened to the ovation. And for someone playing against a home player, she's just universally loved, isn't she?
Yeah, she's absolutely loved, and she's a very nice, very honest girl as well. What an ambassador for the sport, especially in Africa and for women in Africa. So yeah, she's a very exciting player, and on top of that, you know, she can hit all those extraordinary shots that just make you go, wow, how
especially the drop shots.
Yeah.
She loves it. We'll count them today, shall we? Yeah, ranked 5 has been number 2. It's very close between Annette Kontaveit in 2nd, down to Ons Jabeur in 5, just minting colour. Sousa there, the chair umpire today. And had the ranking points counted, I think on Jabeur would have been back second again. It's really up for grabs at the moment, isn't it, to see who will come through and challenge Iga Swiatek at the top of the tree.
Well, yeah, Iga has won so many matches this year. It's going to be difficult to challenge her, but there's always going to be somebody who will try and succeed at some point. But yeah, Jabeur is definitely, with the ranking #2 in the world, has done so much already, and it's basically she's definitely a top 5 player at the moment.
Well, Katie Mcnally with strapping on a leg. Don't know whether you caught the highlights in the first round. It wasn't a match that we covered between us, was it? But it was an extraordinary game in many respects, and match as a whole. I mean, she got down and out a couple of times. She had foot blisters after the second set and needed a medical timeout. And then she was seemingly down and out in the decider.